Test, test. Is that better? Mark 4 live. What's up, Mark 4 live? So back to what I was talking about. PincheAls Garage is all about taking care of the community. It's all about learning stuff, having fun, and pretty much making sure we all can communicate together, become a community, and we learn together. Every mistake I make, you guys are out there to, hey, that's wrong, and you correct me, and then we move forward and I fix it. So, Ty, it's for the people on YouTube. My microphone was not set correctly, so they were having issues hearing me. So now I've been getting a lot of questions this week, especially because of some of the fun new content that I made. I'm feeling good, buddy. I'm feeling good. Hey, SM Mark. Now Mark is on here. If you guys remember that whole segment of Mark's Mark IV, he's on here, still driving his Mark IV and loving it. Hopefully, I've been talking to him lately. We have a couple things we're gonna do. We got some new DIYs coming from him, so be excited for that. Okay, so Wayne, actually on the note, what's the proper link? Proper link between cams and AB. You need to rephrase that question. It's kind of spacing. Okay, the link spacing, 16 links. Okay, now thank you, Ty. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, man, I've been doing a lot of resting, a lot of chilling. I haven't stopped working. Just when I need to rest, I've been resting. All you guys have been like really adamant with me and telling me to rest. So when I rest when I'm being told. You know, my wife also makes sure that I'm being taken care of that. But so for Wayne's question, it's 16 links. Now you have to be careful. Excuse me. You have to be careful on how the 16 links are done. All right, it's a little confusing with some people, and they kind of don't understand it. So first things first. If you guys are on the YouTube page, if you're on Instagram, head over to YouTube, because I'm going to give you guys a really awesome link for my entire library of Bentley manuals for repairing. Okay, so I want you to go online, Wayne. I'm going to give you the link really quick, so give me just a moment, because this is super vital. Whenever you guys always ask me this question, and again, you're not the first person to ask this. I actually had to deal with it literally a couple hours ago about timing, and I got it taken care of. And actually, I gotta definitely give a massive shout out to Ray, aka 16 valve caddy boy. He's the one that set me right on timing, especially on 1.8Ts, on how to do it with proper slack in the right areas. So massive shout out to my buddy Ray. Freaking guy. I mean, I honestly, there's so many things. I've learned so much because of Ray, and I mean him and his patience with me. So, and he's awesome. He's always there to help me out and take care of me when I really need advice on certain things, because I question myself, and you guys should always double check, double question. I mean, if you have doubt, more than likely you might be wrong, and someone else can help you out and get you in the right path. And Ray always sets me straight and gets me in the right spot when it comes to VR6s and 1.8T timing. He always gets me, and I'm just like, man, I knew it, but I kind of had like a second, my gut feeling said, nah, don't do it that way, do it this way, and I was wrong. And once Ray sets me right, I'm just like, yeah, I was wrong. So that being said, if you guys are on YouTube, there's a link I put to my Google Drive, and on there's an entire library of Bentley manuals. Click on it, download all the manuals. They're 100% free. And then for that question from Wayne, on your cam, okay? You have two cams on your 1.8T. One of them is going to be perfectly centered to the notch, okay? The notch will be, you have two notches on the cam, on the exhaust and the intake one. On the intake one, it's perfectly centered, okay? On the exhaust one, it's offset by like a tooth and a half, or like half a tooth. It's offset, okay? One link sits in between that offset, and that counts as number 1. And when you count, you go 1 all the way to 16. The 16th link should be perpendicular, like perfectly vertical, and matches that notch. And that's 16. So you count 1 to 16. One is offset, the other one's perfectly straight. That's how you know your timing is set correctly on your cams for your cam chain tensioner. A lot of people mess this up. And because what happens is that they think both notches should be perfectly straight up. And what happens when you do that, okay, when you put them and you put them straight up 100%, your timing will be off by a tooth, and you're actually going to have slack. It's going to sag down the middle of the cam chain tensioner, like kind of funky, and that will cause the problem. So Wayne, I have like 2 or 3 DIYs doing this exact procedure in that exact method. A lot of people ask this question, so I always keep filming that silly DIY, because people always ask this. I'm just like, this is how you do it. Please do it this way because it'll work. Okay, so Rob, do you know the bracket on the rear side of the subframe that covers the sway bar? There is a front bolt that goes into the subframe in the middle of the rear bolts. Bolts goes into the body of the car. I need to find the size on the MK3 Cabrio. So on Mark IIIs, they have a weird subframe that the engine sits on top. And the engine sits on it with a bushing and another bracket. You're welcome, Wayne. I'll take the blame for that, buddy. I'll take the blame 100%. So they're on the subframe of the Mark III and the Mark II. They're kind of identical subframes. They come out and they have a little hook for the sway bars. They use these tiny little, I believe, M10 1.25 or 1.50 bolts for the sway bar, and then there's big ones. I think they're 15 or 16 millimeter bolts that go into the chassis. Thank you, Ismail. I appreciate that, man. I'm back. I'm kind of healthy right now. Today when I woke up today, I felt the best I've ever felt pretty much since I've gotten out of the hospital and after my heart attack. So I feel really good. Excuse me if I get really winded, by the way. I still have trouble catching my breath. I get really tired. Just, bear with me if you guys do, how can I say, just give me a minute, just give me a break to catch up with the conversation, But like what Rob's question is, you can go to Home Depot and get thank you, buddy. Thank you. And you can get the bolts, but no, I can say I woke up in a Mark VI. I still leak a little bit of coolant through the water pump, and I have a plastic oil pan, so it's not very safe from every now and then, Oh yeah, Ed, I got Audi TT. Oh man, I got so much content. It's not even funny. It's not even funny how much stuff we got coming. But yeah, you can go to Home Depot. I would honestly just go over to oh my gosh, just go over to Euro Tuning and find the hardware. They actually have subframe hardware you can buy, and just buy the right stuff. Yes, I always talk about Euro tuning. I'm a little B about Euro tuning. I love Euro tuning. This is not an ad, by the way. This is not an ad for Euro tuning. I'm just saying, I just like them. They, they just do good stuff and they have good stuff, and they like taking care of their customers. I don't know what it is. It's just what it is. Speaking of Euro tuning, I don't know if you guys watched my fun, goofy commercial I made over the weekend. I'm. It should just be called a subframe bolt or the or cross member. Try to use cross member. One or the other. Um, but I got a lot of positive feedback with it, and a lot of people are asking me if I would like to make more. I do, but I want to know your guys' live response to the commercial. If you guys enjoyed it, I want to make more, but I want to know if it's worth it for me to spend all that time editing, filming, and doing some stuff. I have a lot of fun ideas. It is a little, how can I say, different from the channel, but it's still part of the channel because it's stuff that we do for the channel. I want to do some stuff for like different brands. I want to, again, I'm not doing this for because I'm sponsored or anything like that. I'm just doing it for fun. Um, I got one to make fun of ECS tuning. I mean, brand X. I have one I want to make fun of them, but I don't want to call them out. And it's going to like just make fun of them in a different way, you know. But again, I'd want to like to know from you guys if you guys think that's a good idea. Now, that being said, we are bringing some more. Thank you, Ed. I appreciate that. We are bringing some other content to the page. I know you guys have been seeing the scooter and the motorcycles. We're going to bring more of that. So hopefully you guys do enjoy that content. Thank you, Ivan. I appreciate that. Because I want to make other stuff from my other hobbies, but that still involves wrenching. So my other hobby is that I got involved is scooters and motorcycles. So once we give away the Corrado and the Mark IV Jetta VRT for Patreons, the next goal is to do 2 motorcycle giveaways on YouTube and then 2 motorcycle giveaways on Patreon. The really cool thing is that on scooters and motorcycles, they're very affordable. They're very easy and quick to build. They're fun, and parts are so like elaborate. We can go pretty crazy and have a lot of fun with everybody. Again, a Honda Ruckus build. Again, for you guys who like watch, some of my scooter stuff and my other stuff, it's stuff that I think we can give away more often than just a car. Obviously, I mean, I want to give more cars away, but it's one of those things. It's like we can do more of in between projects, so we can get that more traffic on the channel, because giveaways bring honestly a lot of traffic. I do have a big turbo giveaway coming. I mean, no, nothing's happening. So yes, we do have a big turbo giveaway coming for a 1.8T, and I might be doing a VR6 turbo giveaway as well. I also have a fully built 1.8T that we will be giving away as well. So we got a lot of giveaways coming because last year was kind of one of those things that stuff hit the fan, guys. I freaking broke my wrist. Had a heart attack. A lot of stuff happened. Yes, for a 12 valve, Ivan. Sorry if you got a 24. 12 valves is where it's at. So stuff like that is what we're trying to focus on, is to put more back into the community. And we got these items, and we're gonna give them away, but we have to make sure we have the audience. I don't want to, give away prizes to like 100 people. We're all, because we have almost 17,000 subscribers here, and we average 5 to 10 subscribers live, or just other stuff. And it's just really not fair to them. So I'm going to be making more and more and more content as often as possible. Some of the stuff is going to be random. Some of the stuff is going to be, make sense to you guys. But my goal is to, if you guys have a question, a very specific question about something, I'm going to do my best to make content for that question for you guys. What's up, 18T Toaster? That's kind of the goal, is to make content based off of your questions. So if you guys follow Facebook, Instagram, my TikTok, and my YouTube, we're going to start asking questions on a daily basis. We're going to start focusing even more on subscribers and viewers in general, because it's going to make more people watch the channel, because we're going to dedicate it even more. So even though this channel is 100% dedicated to you guys, I get no gains out of this, guys. Just FYI, I make very, very little money doing all this work. Okay? You guys don't, sometimes don't believe me, but, there's very, very little money I make out of it. And I can show you. A lot of people question me like, "Oh, you make so much money." I'm all like, no, not even close. And I'll give you guys my analytics so you guys can see exactly what I mean. Because people don't see it. It's kind of crazy where the people just don't see how much actual revenue is generated on this channel, which is very, very little. And yet we have a decent, audience, 16,000 and counting. We're averaging 100 to 120, 100 to 120 subscribers a month, not daily, a month, so it's something to put that in perspective for everybody, because people don't realize it's not like a ton of money. So now we're gonna cancel that. We're gonna add another video image, window capture. So hopefully you guys can see this. On this screen right here. Scott's. Okay. We'll do the best I can to focus on that. We're also going to add scooters and motorcycles too. But you can see on here on my channel, there's, I get about 45,000 views a month, which is decent. I'm down 2.5 thousand hours of viewing on my channel, but I'm up on subscribers, which is pretty cool. And then I make $102 a month. So this is my revenue for fixing people's cars. And remember, I fix a lot of cars for free. I build a lot of cars for free. I don't charge for a lot of work that I do. All my engine builds are free. All my other stuff is free. So revenue is one of those things that when I tell people, is like, there's no money in this channel. There's only the thought of us caring for you guys and the passion to teach and learn and move forward. And that's what's really cool. Again, you see here on my analytics, I had 1,000 views, a month, like on a daily, like 1,200 views on a daily. But then I started pumping out content, and you can see it's just so much, just by generating more and more content and finally pumping out stuff, we are getting that traffic that we need on the channel. So that's usually what happens, is like the more and more content that you generate, the more views and the more revenue that you can bring in. Now, my online store has been off for a minute because it's not shut down. It's just been down because me and my wife have been doing, figuring out to work with other companies to sell some of our merch. Because of my current health conditions, I cannot make as much stuff as I used to here personally. So we're going to kind of, what's the word, offload some of our work to different companies. That being said, we got some new, that's kind of the goal, Ed. Yeah, I agree. That's kind of like the goal that I would like. Outsource, that's the word. Yeah, we're outsourcing stuff, but we're outsourcing in the U.S. We're not going to outsource out of the country. We're trying to work with other companies that will work with me in the U.S. I want to keep a lot of my merch made in the United States, because I want to support local companies or just companies in general, during these hard times that this country's in. So the goal, hey, babe, my wife's on here. Just so you guys know, the pest is my wife. So if you guys don't know, tell her hi. She's super awesome. She's the one keeping me in check, and that's my wife right there. Love you, babe. So we're gonna outsource our T-shirts, just the manufacturing of the T-shirts. Okay. Number one, I'm still gonna be making all my designs. I'm still gonna be doing parking lot pimping, which hasn't been done in a while, guys. I know you guys like that. I gotta start that this weekend. We're gonna do some parking lot pimping. Yo, usually parking lot pimping goes fire when we start it, and we do it for a week. You submit your car parked, and we post it on Instagram. We share your ride, and we show the fact that we care, plain and simple. So parking lot pimping is gonna start again. All generations of VWs are 100% allowed on the page. Only VWs, sorry Audis and anything else. We're only gonna be doing videos. But every picture that you send to me via Messenger or PM me through Instagram, I edit it, add that parking lot pimping, and we post it up and we share it. Ray pancakes. So Wayne, I don't like collaborating with others because how can I explain this? How can I explain this as simple as possible? Usually when I collab with other companies, I don't have the dedicated time in my life to be on a schedule with what they want me to do. It's difficult because usually they probably want certain content made. They want certain things done at a time, and I just don't have it. I do it at my time. I do it based on what I can do at my ability. I would love to work with other like YouTube channels or companies, but I would love to. Yeah, I would love to, Sorry, Ty, no Audis. I agree with you, Wayne, in 100%, like 1,000,000%. I would love to collaborate, but collaboration requires dedication, and my dedication is like this much, and it's difficult because life is literally uncontrollable. Look what happened in a matter of 3 months in my life. It's insane. So yeah. Ed, I need to know how much, because I really don't want to spend too much money on another car unless I'm going to be giving it away like as fast as possible. I've been thinking about doing kind of like free 99. Holy shnikes. Where is this, Ed? Where am I going for free 99? I will pick up a car for free 99. Where am I going? I totally forgot, dude. You know? Is it a manual? Okay, guys, we got a deal coming in. It's free 99, and it's an Audi TT, which is literally a Mark IV. it's it's an egg shaped Mark IV. That's all it is. Thank you, sir. I'll check your DM. I will take. Is it a manual transmission though? At least I need to know it's a manual because I do not want to work with an automatic and doing a conversion and all that. I'm just heads up. Now, is it front wheel drive or a quattro? Pasky, what's up, girl? I'll pay for gas. Quattro. Oh, I'm okay. I'm okay with quattro. Depends if it's broken or not. Tan interior. ah. So we are my wife. My wife and we talked about this a long time ago, and we wanted to do something a little different on the YouTube side, not the Patreon side, but on YouTube side, where we all chip in for a pool of money. Okay, so let's assume, okay, guys, we have 10,000 subscribers actively watching this channel. Not 16, but let's say 10,000 watching this channel. Okay? So if our 10,000 subscribers, right, all chipped in $1 to $2 in a pool, so like we would make no, not that much money. Like literally $1 to $2, maybe $3 tops. A pool of funds, okay? As a community. So what we do is I have to figure out how to stream the bank account. All right. I know it's kind of weird, but we would stream a way to stream the bank account so you guys can see live the funds that go in it. Okay. And what we would do is that with that money that you guys see in there, as a community, we decide on what we build every season on the channel. Okay. And with that money that we accrue, okay, that we accrue with the, say for the season, say again, 10,000 people, you know, and they all chip in $1 to $3, that's $30,000. That's a lot of money. But let's say we spend 10 to 12 grand to build a car, right? Car is built. Whatever left over, we can, whoever wins the car can either get like a full toolbox, and then we can use the leftover money for prizes and contests. That way we generate more views, and the money is strictly for the viewers. Now again, that's a thing as a community, but and whenever we use the money, you know, whatever the account is 100% watched by you guys. So the traffic, whatever gets purchased with that account, you guys have 100%, you know, visibility on what happens, you know. So you guys understand that, you know, you guys got to understand that, right? Sounds like a cult, but again, a cult would be, I'm trying to like preach on and make you guys do something versus just, here's your $3 and this is where your $3 goes, and you guys have 100%, you know, transparency that this is where the money actually goes. Okay. And when you guys see that, we start focusing on really what you guys want done on the builds after that. And again, it's going to work as a democracy. So you guys all vote. Just like on Patreon, which is very private, just so you guys know, on Patreon, they're getting all the attention, so you guys know. Our Patreon subscribers are getting a ton of extra content that YouTube isn't getting because they're getting a special VR6 turbo, they're getting a fully built Jetta, custom interior, wheels, and everything. Yes, it's a YouTube build separate from Patreon, but it's funded by you guys, not by large amounts of subscriptions. It's just like we'll make an account, we'll make it visible so you guys have the transparency, and then you guys go from there. Exactly. And as they should, they get the dedication. And what's cool through Patreon, the thing is with Patreon, it's month to month. So they get a special, much more special attention because, again, month to month. On YouTube, it's a one-time thing. You guys chip in $3 or $5 or whatever you guys want to chip in. Once we hit the goal amount of money that we want to do, let's assume we don't want to do 30,000. Let's just assume we just want to hit 10K or like 10, or say we just want to hit $15,000. That's it. Okay, that's $1 per subscriber, $1.25 per subscriber donated to the channel. Okay, not to me, to the channel, and then pretty much one time. It's a one-time drop off, and then that's it. We hit the goal of the amount of money we go. You guys pick the car. You guys pick the type of build. You guys pick the color, the paint, everything. Everything that goes into the car is 100% controlled by YouTube viewers and subscribers. That's it. There's no other, what's the word? There's no other monthly subscription, nothing. It's just one time. But now we have to fall into a democracy right after that. Since we have that many people, we all have to make sure that we fall into very specific questions. We fall into a poll. We make sure we all voted. And the main vote literally wins what we have to do in the project. And then we film it. Plain and simple. Yeah, we can build really nice stuff for 15 grand if we get it immediately. And we show the bank account. We show where the money's going. So you guys know that nothing's going to be stolen. Nothing's going to be all like, oh, this is, where did $4 grand go? Oh, I had to pay rent. No. Can't do that. I can't touch that money. You guys deal with all the functioning of that money. So that's what happens there. Now on Patreon, Patreons, we do all that money goes to them only, and it goes to their build, and they have a very small community with a lot of dedicated subscribers, and we give them I give all my subscribers laptops. I give them, swag and merch. Again, I've been holding back on that for this year. I'm going to get all that going for you guys, Patreons. FYI, we got stuff coming. But again, that's what's going on, and that's what I would like for you guys to tell me if that's a good idea. And if it is, I will have to figure out talk to a bank and figure out how we can stream, I guess, the bank account, and how we can stream where the funds come. Maybe I could probably use a phone, and stream with the phone and just have it live update all the funds that go in. Because you can screen capture a phone, plug it into USB, and let it go. Patreon starts at $5 a month and goes up to $20. You get a welcome kit. If you're new, if you become a first-time member, you also get a laptop with VCDS Lite, an OBD2 cable, a bunch of other stuff, as a first-time perk. So for literally putting in $5 into Patreon, or $10 or $20, you get over $100 worth of stuff to become a Patreon. It's simple. And that's different, though. That money goes into the Mark IV Jetta. We have so much more content for that. You guys are going to see the new turbo kit. You guys are going to see the new manifold. You guys are going to see the new fuel system and all the custom lines that we're going to be making. Yes, We're going to be learning how to make custom steel braided lines for fuel and oil, guys. So if you guys are not Patreon members, definitely head on over, because we're going to learn how to make all these steel lines, and we're going to learn how to make them in-house. And honestly, I'm thinking about making my own versions of my own steel braided lines and sell them for you guys, so you guys can use them in your cars for certain functions. Okay? I know, right, Wayne? Yeah, Rob's using the laptop right now for watching the stream and not working on his Mark IV. But again, it's one of those things you guys got to know, is that it's all about content, and it's all about you guys. I don't care about myself. In other words, for making revenue on myself, I care about generating content, and we use that money to generate content. A lot of times we have a dry spell here on the channel because I don't have any cars to work on. I don't have any money. I don't have anything. Nothing's coming in revenue wise. So we don't have things to work on or to generate content with. Now, if we have a constant flow per season, you know, let's assume 15, 20 grand per season on the channel or per build. That's phenomenal, because that means let's assume that we do make the $15,000 or 20 grand to do a build, right? If I do that build in, like, say 3 months or 4 months, that means the moment that build is done, given away, we can immediately start again on the next project and do it again. Okay? That honestly would bring so many more subscribers, viewers, and we can generate more revenue in that sense, so you guys can benefit literally limitlessly. Okay? It's literally a limitless possibility of generating revenue for you guys, not for me, to generate content. I think that makes sense. I think it works because, again, this channel has always been about the community, always about, you know, helping others and helping the community for that. Again, Moldy, you can always bring the car over, you know? You know, honestly, I need cars. I need cars, and but I need cars with people that have money that can fund their builds, you know? Exactly, Ed. Once people see the Patreon Jetta, and believe me, I'm going to spam literally the life out of that Patreon Jetta. People are going to go over to Patreon to win it, you know? But I would love for viewers, subscribers to bring cars to me and have me film their builds and do it for them. I'm 100% open for that. You guys always ask me, and I always say, yeah, let's do it. But again, life sucks, guys. Life is not the greatest thing. You know, money is tight right now for a lot of people, and I respect that and I understand that. That's why I don't bug a lot of you guys, you know, saying, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. You know what? I know you need to do it, but you know, maybe your job gets you at the point where you're just like, you can't afford it. And yeah, it happens. It makes sense. Sometimes you just can't afford it, and that makes sense, you know? There's no reason to, like, you know, beat yourself up and stuff like that. It's just, it happens. That is life. And we just, you know, we let it chill, and then we move forward. And then hopefully, you know, maybe this idea does make sense for you guys, you know, and it does work. But we have to make sense on how to make it work. So if you guys are watching this, all right, and have a way to stream a bank account 24/7, you know, tell me and help me out, and I'll figure out how to do it. I can probably do it on maybe just on a stupid cheap laptop that I have here, log into the bank account, and maybe have someone write me a script. So if any of you guys are programmers, okay, just software programmers or anything like that, know how to write scripts, hit me up. Maybe we can figure something out together so you guys can, like, see a bank account, obviously without the bank account information, just so you guys can see the traffic in the bank account. We can start something. We can make something happen. So I had to make another. So if you guys want to do it like via Venmo or via some other way, we have to figure that out because that would work. Wayne, the issue with the camera is that you can manipulate a camera. You can't manipulate a live internet screen and obviously have the time showing. What I would do is literally screen capture the entire laptop screen. So you guys see the time, you guys see the date, and then you guys see obviously the website streaming the stuff. So I'm not trying to say that you would trust me or not. I don't want people to question it. I want people to say, this is as transparent as it gets. And you guys can't say, oh, he's doing this, he's doing that. That's 15 grand, blah, blah, blah. I don't want questions. I want people to be like, oh, there's 15 grand right there. Oh, he just bought a car with that. Okay, there's a car payment. I went to somebody, I pulled the cash out. I went to go pay someone, but again, it's if I do it that way, Ed, I have to post it, I have to share it, and then you guys see it. If it's live, you guys see the transaction happen. You guys know when it happened. You know what I will post. This is what I pulled the money out for. Bam, right? Simple. You guys know exactly when it happened, what it happened for. Everything becomes a transparent transaction. There's no question about it. You guys will see, like let's say if we got to order car parts, like brand new stuff from like say Eurotuning.com, right? So say we got to order car parts from Eurotuning. I'll go do a live stream, order the stuff. You guys see me ordering all that because we're going to be doing this together. We do the shopping, live shopping cart stuff. We place the order, and then you guys see the transaction happen live on the bank website, on the bank stream, and then you guys obviously see me purchase it. It doesn't get more transparent than that, honestly. That's as accurate and transparent anything happens because you guys see it live, it happens, and then you guys start noticing the wheels turning. He's buying parts for the car. We're building a car. We're going to build a car based off of what you guys want. You see? You see how that works? Ooh, see? I like that. See, I don't know these things. I don't know that you could do something like that. Again, it's something that we probably have to figure out how to do it. Now, the issue that we fall across is how do we get the funds in there without using other companies to charge us to get funds in there, okay? Because like if I go through YouTube, there's a fee, okay? If I go through Patreon, there's a fee. If I go through Venmo, there's no fee, but it becomes taxed over the year. But that's okay if I get taxed because if I get the tax receipt, I'll be like, oh, look, we got taxed on this because of all this money. I'm going to pull the funds out of this to pay for taxes, So, again, these are the things that we have to really, really think about how we can do, a group way to see where the money comes in from. So if we use Venmo, like say if you guys want to donate via Venmo, because a lot of people use Venmo and Cash App, we would have to attach that bank account to those specific apps, okay? So you guys can see where that money comes in. So the moment you guys donate, I'll show you guys, hey, we got this much money this week. We're going to hit the transfer, and you guys can see the transfer, and then you guys see it in the bank account. Yes, they tax on them now, but they tax on it based on large lump sums, not on small dollar amounts. It's kind of weird. And that's what I'm saying. Like if we have to figure out if we get taxed, say for the $15,000, it'd probably be like $1,000 for taxes, maybe $1,200. We have to make sure we obviously save the funds for that. But yeah, again, those are things that we really need to talk about if we guys want to go that route. If we do want to go that route on the standard YouTube side with no subscription, our big benefit there is, again, remember, it'll be whatever you guys want to donate to that build, and then that's it. Well, the way that we would get the word out is constantly posting on the YouTube channel about this. Now, I would obviously, I'll make a general video simplifying the entire process as a community. We'll also have probably a Facebook page, make an Instagram page strictly for that build or for that process on how we do the community build. We would have ways for people to connect, so we all have all of this, but YouTube will be the number one platform for voting. Simple. All the other stuff would be for exactly. Yep. Very cool. Very cool, Wayne. Again, it's things that we have to obviously make sure we write down all the thorough information, and then we have to figure out how to actually implement it, and then make it a reality. Number one, it's going to cost me nothing to make the bank account. It's going to cost me nothing to stream it. It's going to cost me no money at all to make it work. I will personally myself will invest money into it, because that's what I would want to do. It's my channel. I want to make sure, you guys see that I'm going to put the maximum effort towards it. But again, it's really a matter of what content you guys would want to make with the money. That's it. And then we have to figure out how to show you guys the transparency and where money goes. It doesn't come to me, only comes to you. And it goes to you guys based off the democracy that we create and the polls that we generate by voting. Simple. The difficulty is making sure we have transparency. Transparency is the key. That way we have no one assuming that money is being moved in different directions, trying to steal from the people. Remember, this channel is for the people and by the people, and that's never going to change. But I want to make sure you guys have 100% transparency to see it happen. And when it happens, you guys get more and more comfortable. And as we have comfort, we now have an understanding. And people who understand listen and focus on what's going on. It's plain and simple. But let's set that aside now. Hopefully you guys had fun listening to that. You guys have any other questions? I'm here to answer questions as well. Oh, and by the way, what's that over there? I don't know if you saw that. For you guys on YouTube, what's that over there? I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is? I don't know what that is. Wayne, GoFundMe, they charge like a lot of stuff, a lot of money. It's like anywhere from 5 to 10%, and again, that's a lot of money that just disappears. Yeah. I don't know what that was over there. I think it was just an illusion. There was nothing over there. No, I believe me. I've done GoFundMe. I've done other things. The issue is with no, it's January Fools. um, back to what I was saying. It's well for Corbin. If you want to see that VR6 and that Jetta, I'm hoping by the beginning of February it should be in the car itself. It should be able to turn on. Again, should is quote unquote. Should be able to turn that VR6 Jetta on. My goal is to have it running by the beginning of February, towards the end of February. Again, it's all about funds. You know, money is that's all Patreon money, and that money is, you know, it's kind of hit or miss. You know. You definitely can bring it over on Saturday, Shava, if you want to. I live in California, in San Diego, so just a heads up on that. Um, Again, I'm always free on the weekends, guys. I'm free on the weekends. You just gotta give me a heads up if you guys want to come over, and go from there. How do you find the Patreon? If you're on Patreon.com, give me a second here. I'll get you guys the link really quick. Hold on. There you guys go. Um, Head on over and just there's different tiers, and then once you join, become a member, I can ship you out your laptop and everything else as well. Again, you guys, Patreon. Again, it's a private like YouTube channel. You know, it's a private section of my YouTube channel, and um, it's one of those things. You're not a cheap date. What? I'm like the cheapest person on earth. Wait, why did you give me money, babe? My wife just gave me $5. I don't know why. You know that those $5 go right back into your wallet. I love you. You're so funny. You know, literally those $5 is gonna make a full circle and back into her wallet. That doesn't go to me. I love you. You're so funny. Oh my god. My wife's just super funny. I love her. But again, that being said, you know, outside of that, it's Patreon's fun. You guys get a lot of content. I'm actually gonna be posting up a new video tonight for you guys on Patreon. It's for the cooling system. Yeah, we got a whole DIY on the VR6 cooling system. What's going on, Go Fast SUV? I'm doing good, buddy. I'm doing very good. My health is working, you know, and I'm just, you know, I'm enjoying life. Let's just say that every day now is literally an amazing day, every single day, because I get to wake up, I get to see my family, I get to enjoy my family, and you know, and I get to talk to you guys on YouTube. It's just so awesome. You know, you guys don't understand. It's just awesome. You know, and then we got that VR6 going. We got two 1.8Ts going. We got the Honda Civic behind me. You know, if you guys are just joining in, that little Civic Si right there. The Honda Civic Si just chilling back there. You know, for all you guys just joining in, you know, over there. Oops, camera all jacked up now. Yeah, so yeah, it's just yeah, it's an EK hatch exactly. Honda Civic hatchback. Yeah. No, it is a VW channel. It's just I found it. I found the car and it's just there. You know, I don't know what to do with it. You know, but yeah, it's a crossover. Yeah, even better. Definitely a crossover. But if you guys again are just tuning in, thank you for tuning in to this live stream of PincheAls Garage. We're just here talking. If you guys have Q&As, any questions, please ask. I will do my best to answer. Um, Next for my 2.0 to VR swap it is a Nissan's radio. You have heard about that brand? Oh, Nissan's is actually one of the best Japanese brands you can get for a radiator. Just FYI. Um, it's good stuff. But if I don't get any questions within like a minute or two, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna get back to doing some work, and then we'll figure out how to do the the new idea for the next season. You know, I think it would definitely benefit a lot of subscribers and just viewers in general. Any questions at all? Oh, by the way, before I forget, if you guys are on eBay, we closed our parts online store and moved it to eBay. Just a heads up. Comfort on the cheap. If you want comfort on the cheap, don't drive a Mark IV. All right, Mark. um, Thank you, Taylor. Thank you, Taylor. Oh my God. We have our eBay online store and we're adding more and more parts to it. We have a decent amount of parts, not too much, but we're going to be on a weekly basis. We're going to be adding more and more car parts on there. Um, so I'll be adding a link later down the road for the online store, for our online eBay store. Um, Damn, Ed. I've been trying to get those back, by the way. I'm pretty pissed because Dickies didn't discontinue them, but they don't have them as often. You can't get them that often. It sucks. And when you do find them, they're very expensive. So I'm trying to get those mechanics jackets back in stock on our online store, but it's just they're not the right price I would like to sell them because it's just it's too expensive. I personally think, you know. All right. Well, I'm not getting another question, so I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna get back to work. Yeah, no, they like I said they go $55 new. I was able to find them through a different supplier for almost like $30, $30 to $40, and obviously get the logos and everything upholstered. And I'm not upholstered, but and try to sell them for the prices that we sold them before, which was like I think $60, I think, or $70. So with custom names on it and obviously our embroidery logos on it, that's very affordable for custom stuff. It just sucks that we couldn't do it anymore because the prices just went they skyrocketed. So I've been trying to shop around for those too. All right, I guess we're not getting another question, so I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you, everyone, and I mean thank you, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for joining the live stream. For those who are gonna watch this afterwards, please, go for it, Moldy. Go for it before I do my send off. I wouldn't mind helping you. Yeah, yeah. I just did. I actually just did that for another one of my subscribers. I just did that honestly. Um, for Eric Cuevas. Eric Cuevas, we actually got his car to pass smog. We did a whole refresh of his entire engine bay to put it back to stock and made sure everything worked correctly before we got it smogged, and he got it to pass smog. So yes, we can definitely do that for you, Moldy. For Taylor, had a question about vacuum lines, hoses running to the intake manifold on the VR6 intake. But I'll hit you up next time. No, what's your question? That's what I'm here for. Now is no time like the present. Honestly, you better ask now. If not, I'm calling it a night. You want to know how to write them, okay? To route them. Well, they're on the number one. Um, is it a Mark IV or a Mark III? 2002 GTI? Yes. That's one of my favorite things to do is to help out with builds. I even do builds for free. If you bring the car to me, I will build it. All you have to do is supply parts and pay for labor at the machine shop. Okay, so you have a Mark IV and you have a VR6. So, um, so for you on the Mark IV, you can cap off almost all the vacuum lines except for one. Okay? All right, there's all the big vacuum lines. So you can cap off, there's like 3, I believe. All you need is obviously the brake booster one. Okay? So the one that goes from the brake booster, the manifold, the big one that's on the manifold that goes to the brake booster, that one, you have to save it. Okay? The second one is that really, really tiny one that's on the back of the manifold that comes out, goes around, and goes to the front of the engine, and then it dips straight down. Okay? Thank you, Wayne. Patreon member right there. We'll get your laptop sent out in a few days, okay, buddy? So it comes over and it goes down, okay? And when it goes down, when you go down, it goes to obviously to the intake valve, okay? That intake valve controls that vacuum line controls that intake valve, but it doesn't connect to that. It connects to another line all the way down to that ball. There's that little ball that fits in front of your oil pan. That ball has a line that comes out and goes to 2 solenoids. One is for the actual intake flapper valve, and the other one is for the The other one is for. I just did this, by the way. I just did this. Oh my gosh. It controls another valve. Oh, and the second solenoid controls the EGR valve, which again, you're deleting. You only need one of them. You only need one solenoid, but I just don't remember which solenoid is the one that actually controls the opening and closing of the flapper valve. So you only have, because it's a VR, you only have 2 vacuum lines that you require. One for the brake booster, one for the actual flapper valve, and that is it. That controls pretty much everything on the car. All the other ones, as long as the car is tuned, everything else is deleted, the car will work fine. If you guys watched the other VR6 that we just built recently, the black one, the really nice glossy black one, that's how we did the engine bay in that. The engine bay, all I had was 2 or 3 vacuum lines, and that was it. Everything else was capped off, and it ran beautifully. beautiful running VR6 that we fully built here in the shop, and we gave it to one of our subscribers, Luis in San Francisco. Okay, Taylor. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's how you would that is what you can delete out of that whole entire bay. Hmm. And then for moldy, yeah, making it past smog is easy. The catch is the engine healthy enough, and do you have all the parts that we can put it back to stock? And if not, hopefully you got some extra cash in your pocket to buy all the stuff that we need to repair all the smog vacuum lines, the valves. Number one, underneath the intake manifold, there's two solenoids that sit underneath there. They will break. Ask Eric Cuevas. He lucked out. I had an extra one. That plastic gets so brittle. The moment you literally touch it, it just snaps, and that's the end of it. Because you got to yank off all those plastic lines that are on there. They're gonna break, and you gotta be ready to pay some extra cash to get these parts to you as soon as possible, so we can get the car up and running correctly. Um, it's one of those things that just becomes a big hassle and issue when you guys do all that because it is a lot of stuff that becomes difficult to diagnose and fix. If you guys, number one, deleted it, threw it away, or it's broken. But the intake manifold underneath, the valve system underneath the intake manifold is super easy to fix. The combi valve, the gasket, and the metal lines have to be repaired. You need the vacuum. Okay, perfect. Oh, awesome. Yeah, and then we got to fix the PCV, the upper and lower PCV hoses. We have to fix the solenoid for the smog, the charcoal canister on the side of the car. Replace the fuel filter, fuel injector O-rings, intake manifold gasket, and replace any hose that's just brittle or cracked, and that's it. And that'll fix your smog, I guarantee you. Now the downstream issue, more likely you have to replace the O2 sensor. Usually I recommend replacing both O2 sensors at the same time, because what happens is when your wideband O2 sensor decides to crap out, your engine starts dumping too much fuel. And because of that, all that extra fuel is that raw fuel is going through that cat, not burning, and then that second O2 sensor starts to foul up. Thank you, Wayne, and you yourself have a good night, sir. And that sensor will foul, so which means you need to replace the first one and the secondary one, so that way you get proper reading on that car. Once we replace both those sensors, replace all the gaskets that need to be replaced, replace all the hoses, upper and lower PCV hoses, and get that all replaced. The combi valve and gasket, O-rings. Promise you'll pass smog. That's usually all it takes. And hopefully the exhaust, not the exhaust, the downpipe, not the downpipe, the catalytic converter is still in good shape, because that is going to be the most expensive part of the entire repair process if it's not in good shape. Oh, whew, getting a little tired. American powder coat in San Marcos is really good for powder coating. Quick turnaround time too. Well, Magic Smog is no longer affordable, unfortunately. Smog shops are now charging upwards of $500 to $800 for a Magic Smog. Yep. That much money, you can service the Mark IV pretty dang well and get it taken care of and make it pass. Okay. Now that being said, if you're having mechanical problems on the engine, okay, if they're having mechanical problems, all right, like where the say your piston rings are failing, or you got other issues, it's gonna fail smog. Period. Just a heads up on that too. You're welcome, Moldy. Yeah, LA is still a good place to get your magic smogs, but you gotta know a person before it happens. Do a leak down and a compression test. Okay? Definitely recommend those two to confirm a healthy head and a healthy set of piston rings. So I think we're going to call it a night. We're done. All right, guys. Thanks again for watching the live stream here at PincheAls Garage. And as always, ooh, that's not very good, Moldy. You want to be around 170 to 180. So double check that again and make sure, you mark down, you literally write down every cylinder and see where you're at per cylinder. Okay. And remember, on Mark 4 is 180 psi is where you have to be for good rings. You're only allowed a 10% difference across all four sets. Okay? If you're down to 160 to 170, you're not doing very well. Okay? Definitely not doing very well at all. All right, guys. Thanks again, everyone, for watching the live stream here at PincheAls Garage. As always, if you see another dubber on the road, give him a thumbs up. Give him a deuces. Love each other. Respect one another. Because we only have one life to live. And you know what? Enjoy it. And don't ruin someone else's day just because you're having a shitty day. Spread the love. Be positive. Have fun. And as always, here at PincheAls Garage, we're going to break. We're going to fix. And we're going to repeat. Peace out, everybody. And have yourself a wonderful night. Deuces.